two-time world record holder, author here, and want to talk about the aliens, specifically about the four different types of aliens that you see here now. I've been talking about this in my books since 2015 when I came out with these books called United Earth, and those four are all in there. Now, I talk about the grays, which we know are the ones with the big eyes. There's short type, and then there's the tall type, which I talk about in my books. There's also the reptilian type. There's two types that I personally talk about in my books. One is the draconians. In my the way I saw them described through the stories I heard were they have a longer mouth. Then there's another more flat faced type. Um, those two types I do talk about in my book. There in my book, there's characters, both villain characters and benevolent characters. Then there's also the most famous of all, the Pleiadians. The Pleiadians are human type, the Nordic type. On their planet, supposedly, there's a lot of different types, but because of the way our planet is, they supposedly tend to send more of the ones that look Nordic. Within those groups, there's also ones that supposedly are not that great, but most of them are. But on their planet, supposedly, there's a lot of different types, and on different planets as well, there's a lot of human types. So the human type are all over, and I do have those types in my book. The next one of my favorite ones, two types specifically, I talk about in my book. One is the most famous ones, the praying mantis type. They look like praying mantis. They're tall. One story I heard from this guy named Khan that I met in Japan. They're really quick with their hands. They're good with their hands, but they're really benevolent. But they can throw down. The other type I talk about are more. They look like ants, and I talk about them in book 6, which hasn't come out yet. But book 2, 3, 4, and 5 has the praying mantis all over the place, and there's like main characters that I bring back over and over. So those are your different types. There's definitely a lot of other different types I talk about. A main one that wasn't mentioned is the feline type beings. A lot of people now call them Lyrans.